Alright, so in this video we will learn that how can we cancel the ongoing API call on the unmounting of a component. So basically what is unmounting? So for example, if I am on this home page, right, but when I will navigate toward the route about component, right, then what will this do? This component will be unmounted and the about component will be rendered on our screen. So basically this is what the unmounting in term of React, right? So let's assume that on this home page we have an API call going on inside the use effect, right? So let's suppose the API call is in progress and I click on this about button, right? So for us that API call is now become a useless. So it is a good practice that if your API call is in progress, but your user got navigated away to the next route or next screen, right, then it is a good practice to cancel the ongoing API call, right? So in this video we will learn that. So let me come over here inside the home.js, right? I do have a API call axios.get. Basically what I'm doing a normal get API call on this URL. So the first thing you need to do is you need to call the abort controller inside your component. So let me come over here, let me create a controller equal to new abort controller, right? So basically what will this abort controller do? As you can see, a controller object that allows you to abort one or more DOM requests. So basically this abort controller is used to cancel any kind of a HTTP request inside our web page, right? So the next step is going to be inside the second argument, because we are doing a get call inside our Axios. So this is why we will pass all the headers and signals inside our second argument, right? So inside the signal we will say a controller dot signal. So what will this do? Basically it will catch the signal from the abort controller. So in case if some on any point a abort method has been invoked, then this thing will catch it and this thing will abort this API request, right? So inside the cleanup method of useEffect, right, so we do write cleanup method like this. Basically this is here, this method is used for unmounting purpose, right? So this method can be called on two times. The first one is on the rendering and the second one is on the unmounting of a component or unmounting of this use effect. So basically we are passing an empty array in a second argument, right? So basically whenever the component will be unmounted, this method will run on that time as well, right? So how can we cancel the API call? Well, that is very simple. We just need to write controller dot abort. That is it, right? But we know that this method will run on the first render as well. So whenever we are making this call, then this will cancel it straight away. So let me show you. All right, let me show you here. Okay, so inside the inspect element, then as you can see that it is showing me cancelled right away. Basically this is a URL of our API, right? As you can see, mocky.io, right? So this is cancelling our API call right away. We do not want it. We basically want to skip the first rendering, and on the unmounting we want to cancel our API call if it is in progress. So how can we do that? Well, that is very simple. Let's write a very simple logic. What we will do, we will assign we will create a is mounted let variable equal to the current one is going to be let's say true, or sorry, the current one is going to be false. And what we will do, we can make something like this. If is mounted, it means if the our user effect has completely mounted and the API call is in progress, then this method will automatically catch that the API call is in progress. It will automatically abort it. You don't have to write any kind of condition for that, right? And in the else, what we will do, we will write is mounted equal to true, right? Also on the first render, uh, what it will do, when the JavaScript compiler will come to this point, to the line number 38, it will check that if it is mounted. So by default it is false, so it will not go inside this condition. So it will directly go toward the is mount, the else block, and it will set the is mounted to true. And whenever we will navigate away toward the any route, then this method will call again. And obviously we have already set the is mounted to true. Then it will, the JavaScript will come inside this if block, and if there will be any API call going on, it will abort it right away. So let me show you. Alright, so let's come over here inside the throttling and let's slow down our internet for a bit. So I have right now clicked on the about page. So let's go over here. When I click over here again on the about page, you can see that it has cancelled out our API calls, right? So this is how the cancelling out the API call works in React using the abort controller. Basically, if you are using Axios or if you are using Fetch, both the method, the implementation for both is same, right? Because we are using the abort method, and abort method is not a part of a JavaScript, it is a part of a browser web API, right? So basically it is a sort of functionality or a special feature of this browser. So I will see you in the next one. Have a nice day.